good, YouTube? Man, we're just gonna get right into this video. I told you guys I'm a big fan of Andrew Tate, so I figured why not, make a video specifically about Andrew Tate and his situation was going on. What really had caught my eye on me making this video was to actually spot out Vice's bullshit. So we all been hearing about Vice, and we all know about Vice and how incredible they are. And just me personally, I've done my own little research of just trying to figure out what's going on with Vice. I've been watching Vice for a very long time too, and I'm not a proud supporter, I guess you could say. I don't like what Vice is doing. I don't like how they really go about doing things. We're living in this day and age where it's not cool to be a man anymore, and I'm over it. I'm ready to get back to, well, not ready. I've been ready. I've been like this. I've been trying to get back to bringing in male masculinity. We need to get rid of this whole toxic shit of how people are saying that masculinity is toxic. So what I wanted to highlight today in this video was Vice's hit piece. It's extremely a hit piece. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be biased in this shit because I understand what Vice is doing, and it's easy to fucking tell. Anybody who understands what the hell is going on in this situation, anybody who sits back and doesn't really pay attention to what the fuck is going on in the situation, really need to watch this video that Vice had posted about 6 days ago. And it's getting access to Andrew Tate's secret society. Andrew Tate ain't got no goddamn secret society, man. It's just a bunch of men that's trying to be better men. And I'm one of them. It's weak shit. It's all soft shit. I'm in the gym all the damn time. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Man. Andrew Tate helped me also. Look, I'm only 5'7". Okay? I'm not buff. I'm not 6 feet tall. None of that shit. Okay? I don't think I'm very good looking or any of that kind or whatever. But I am a man at the end of the fucking day. I do have a sense of purpose, and I am important in this fucking world. So I'm not gonna let no woman, nobody, no dude tell me that I'm this and I'm that. When it's easier for me to just say fuck you, bruh. It's easy for me to just keep it pushing and knock off all these goddamn haters. And what they're saying, what I'm doing right now, standing up for myself, being stoic, is called toxic masculinity. This is bullshit. I finally feel comfortable in my own fucking skin where I can actually speak up for myself. Have the confidence to actually say something. Have the confidence to actually do something. And now all of a sudden it's becoming a toxic. People are getting fired because of this shit. People are getting cussed out left and fucking right because we want to be more gentlemen. I thought this is what women wanted. I thought this is what people wanted. They wanted more gentlemen. I thought they wanted more strong men. I thought this is what people fucking wanted. Andrew Tate is not a fucking role model. This man, he's a beast. I give you that. This man is very honorable and much so of a figure in the space of what a man should look like. You're absolutely fucking right about that one. I'm what a man's supposed to look like. Hardworking, dedicated, stoic individual. And that's who Andrew Tate is. We all talk about all types of shit all the goddamn time. And what they're gonna literally break down in this video, in this whole thing, I watched it from beginning to end at least 3-4 times. And what I do not like about this interview or about this whole video in general is that they provide no evidence. They all speculate like a motherfucker. And then there was nothing credible to sit here and say that Andrew Tate was a bad person. There's nothing credible. If anything, they showed how much of a fucking snitches, not necessarily snitches, how much of informants they are, how they work for the liberal left, and how they are willing to break down a man just for any fucking thing based off of fucking words. I thought words can't hurt no fucking body, but apparently words can. Apparently, women can't make their own decisions anymore. Men can't make their own decisions anymore. The porn industry is a fucked up industry. This, that, and the fucking third. But yet, it showcases what men are fucking going through. But that doesn't fucking matter. Y'all so worried about women and their rights and all this other extra shit. But men over here, we're like, women got rights. We're not going to try and hurt them. We want to love women. We want to care for women. We want to protect women. Now all of a sudden y'all made it easier for women to be disrespectful to men. So why the fuck should we allow these disrespectful ass women talk to men crazy and still protect them? That makes zero fucking sense. We got women literally bashing men because they want to go overseas to find love. If you don't like them men, why the fuck are you complaining about them? Talk about the men that are here for you. Stop talking about the men that don't give a fuck about you. Stop. And that's what's wrong with Western society. Y'all complain about every fucking thing. Complain. Bitch should complain all day long about every fucking thing. But get off your fat ass and work for something though. Nobody ever gets the fuck up and actually speak on real shit any fucking more. Nobody actually pick their fucking balls up and become men around this motherfucker. But I got a clip from Elon Musk on why he unbanned Andrew Tate. Alright? It's circling all over fucking Instagram right now. It's going crazy all over Instagram right now. And what's bothering me about this shit is that he's right. So I'm gonna let y'all watch the clip in a minute, but at the same time, but first we're gonna get into this video and then we're gonna go over to the clip. No, actually we're gonna go over to the clip and then gonna watch the video and then I'm gonna give you my commentary so forth and so on. Throughout the whole video, I'm gonna give my commentary. Disclaimer, fair use. I'm using this just to prove a fucking point that I know most motherfuckers is not gonna try and prove. I already know I'm gonna get some haters on this situation. I'm like, oh, you a dick riding ass nigga. I'm not no dick riding ass nigga. I'm none of that bullshit. I'm actually standing up for somebody that actually needs standing up for. You get what I mean? There's still no fucking evidence of this man doing any such fucking crimes. And if you sit there and say that, oh, he had the webcam business, them bitches was there willingly. Just like how R. Kelly pissed on the bitch. She did it willingly. I'm not saying that I support Kelly's pissing on some teenager, but the teenager could have fucking moved. Just fucking saying.
But since he declined, they threw him in jail. People ask me why I unblocked Andrew Tate from Twitter. It's the same reason why I bought Twitter. We need to escape the suppression from the Matrix and expose the global elites. Andrew Tate has been offered $1 billion to shut his mouth, but since he declined, they threw him in jail. People ask me why I unblocked Andrew Tate from Twitter. It's the same reason why I bought Twitter. We need to escape the suppression from the Matrix and expose the global elites. Andrew Tate has been offered $1 billion to shut his mouth, but since he declined, they threw him in jail.
Okay. That's fucked up. Like, it's fucked up to sit here and go through that type of bullshit. It's fucked up. It's wrong. That shit is wrong. Shit ain't right.
We have full access to speak to anyone we want, but in this documentary we've been very closely watched by the sartorial shooter at Alpha Wolf, picking who we can speak to, you know, monitoring the interview. What is it that you're worried that we're going to find out?
These questions are so low.
This is low. It's low. We let you in. We tried to take care of you, and you're sitting here and just attacking us for 3 hours.
Thank you guys for joining me and talking about your...
See what he did at the beginning of the video? The intro of the video? Entry to Tate's interview with Vice. Where in the beginning of his initial interview, this shows that Andrew Tate and his crew were being asked these questions. Like, I'm kind of curious on where are these questions at. Because why would they show Andrew aggressive? Why did Vice only put clips of Tate being upset and showing that aggression? Why is Vice so quick to paint a picture that is painted incorrectly about Andrew Tate? Why are they so quick about this shit? We are so far only 1 minute and 27 seconds in this video, and it's showing Andrew as an angry, toxic individual. They already had an agenda to discover something in Andrew Tate's life. They already had that agenda. And I'm pretty sure Tristen was correct. Tristen was right. Tristen was fucking right.
And spend time with Andrew Tate and learn from Andrew Tate. And that immediately grabbed me as something that
we hadn't necessarily seen before.
So talk me through how you got the access, because he's letting you into kind of his inner sanctum. You witnessed quite a bit, so like must not have been easy to convince him to do that.
Yeah, so I mean, when I first reached out to Andrew, he was still relatively unknown. He had about 50,000 Instagram followers, which when you compare to his profile now is fairly insane. But he, I think, as you'll see in our film, has to an extent perhaps always been interested in becoming famous. He was on 2 reality TV shows as a young man, and then seemed to sort of court the tabloid press in the UK for coverage about his webcam business that he was running at the time. So when I first reached out to him, he was actually pretty receptive to Vice coming to cover him. He has, I believe, potentially a bit of an ego that wanted him to have that coverage, but he sort of invited us in cautiously with, you can have an interview, you can come into our sort of house, you can meet Tristen, but that's it. And I sort of spent the next like year and a half just speaking to him, staying in touch regularly.
Now listen to that. Don't that sound familiar? And I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get a little bit deeper into it, but don't that sound familiar? This method of meeting people, people meeting other wealthy people, paying to be in these seminars and webinars, paying to gain knowledge and also networking, you know, shit like that is nothing new. You feel me? Like trying to become the best version of yourself means to have like it means to have a network amongst other like-minded men. You get what I mean? So what Tristen and Andrew Tate are doing when they come out of these seminars and people paying them to come out and meet them and go into their war room and stuff like that is nothing new. It's nothing taboo. People have been doing it since the dawn of time when it comes down to passing down knowledge to the rest of the world, basically. It's only ones that make initiatives and shit like that go to those seminars. Only ones that actually give a fuck about their entrepreneurship or just their health in general and shit like that, they go to those seminars. The ones that actually care about themselves. And there's a lot of success stories coming from those seminars, coming from those webinars, coming from all those type of situations. It's all type of success stories. All right. Isn't this the sole purpose of sustaining the society? You know, what they did was infiltrate with an agenda, and clearly we are seeing as results of allowing, you know, press in with bad intentions. Now that they got an opportunity to get into the compound, we're about to figure out why are they even fucking there in the first fucking place.
Throughout that period, I managed to get access to his war room and his inner circle, and he was cautious about letting us in, but for some reason keen for us to be there.
Yeah, and like when he's letting you in, you can see in the film some of his associates being like, what are you doing? Like letting these guys into our place. What did it feel like to be in there? Because it is quite odd. They're women sort of serving you, they're men on computers doing things. Like you played chess with him.
Yeah. I mean, we basically were allowed into his lair, and as you said, to meet his inner circle. It was actually kind of scary because they, as you said, all hated us being there. His brother was furious that we were there, kept saying this is going to be a hit piece. The other members of Inner Circle really disagreed with us being there.
All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone.
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the Borg.
You've invited the liberal news media to come.
They can all come.
See what the fuck they did? Tristen was fucking right. He was right. This is exactly what the fuck they did. They went into their house to gather some information, all to make a hit piece about them, and clearly have no evidence to support the shit that they're in jail for. This is all speculation, and that's what the liberal lefts do. They want you to feel your feelings. They want you to feel like Andrew Tate is a bad person, but I don't feel like as though Andrew Tate's a bad person. I feel like Andrew Tate is one of those dudes that everybody should be trying to become, if you ask me. Yes, arrogant. Yes, stoic. Yes, confident. Yes, strong individuals who provide. And yes, I believe that. This is what men are supposed to fucking be. At least that's what I grew up. That's how I grew up. That's how men's supposed to be. Their intentions was to go in, create a narrative, all right, that would be so misleading and would not be supported by actual evidence that they can speculate and say that this is true because they were there, that they have some type of footage back it up. It ain't gonna be, you know, the actual evidence of what's going on. They're just gonna show footage of them there. And they can just say, yeah, this was going on because I was there. They're making it seem like as though they seen all this shit go down and they feel like Andrew Tate's a bad person, so we're going to make this hit piece to make it seem like as if they're a bad person. Let's carry on.
He understood something about publicity, and he had an idea that all publicity is good publicity. No matter if you shock people, offend people, whatever, it helps you to become more viral and ultimately helps you to sell more courses and achieve your goals of you know, becoming wealthy. But I think what he didn't account for was that this is the kind of publicity that may not be so good. One of the scariest moments that happened was I interviewed him when we were playing chess, and I asked him some kind of difficult questions about his misogynistic views. And then later that day, he said, oh, do you want to come to the fight gym and just film me sparring a professional UFC fighter? It might be some good footage for you.
So that's basically what the war room is so that you can get into facing your fears and stuff like that, allowing men to become better men and shit like that, basically. And so he wanted to know what goes on in the war room, and that's what Andrew Tate gave him, a taste of what the fuck is going on in the war room. I can't stand these soft-ass era, and this is what Vice is. Vice is soft as a motherfucker. These people are so fucking soft, bro. Soft. Vice is owned by Disney, right? Let me find out. Let me double check before I even say some shit that I probably don't even know. Yep, Walt Disney. Vice is owned by fucking Disney. And Disney is owned by pretty much the liberal fucking left. If you start to notice all the Buzz Lightyear shit, the whole wokeism, you know, popping up on your fucking Disney channels and shit like that, yeah, that's because the liberal left owns Disney. So of course Vice is gonna follow what the liberal left wants. Still, once again, this is all off of speculation. This is all off of feelings. This is all of what they feel. They feel like toxic masculinity is taking over and that we need to put it into toxic masculinity. But what the fuck is toxic masculinity? Men getting in a fucking ring and boxing with each other? That's toxic masculinity? But that's something that's been known since the beginning of time, and that's what we fucking like. So you don't take away UFC fighting from us? You don't take away boxing from us? Something that we actually have a remembrance of the gladiator days and shit like that. They're slowly, if y'all not noticing, they're slowly trying to take away masculinity. This is the ridiculousness. This is so fucking ridiculous. It shouldn't even be... this shouldn't even be a thing. Masculinity, attacking my masculinity should not be a fucking thing. Instead of women trying to be feminine, they want to attack our masculinity. Shit is stupid.
A situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
Punch me. Punch me. Knock out. Oh, look, you're bleeding.
See how pussy these dudes are? You don't go into a male masculine dominated area and bring your pussyfoot ass in a fucking space and think that it's gonna be all peaches and fucking cream. This is what we mean by the alpha sticks out like a sore thumb. And you beta bitch asses don't survive. Keep living a life like these soft motherfuckers. Keep living that life like these soft motherfuckers. I guarantee you will not fucking get far. You will not succeed in life. No. He's not successful. This is not success. Showing how much of a bitch you are? Really? Fuck out of here, bruh. Just like fucking informers, they will do anything to get into your graces. They will participate in situations that they are uncomfortable with. But for the sake of gaining something, some type of respect from them, they go with it anyway. They try to do everything like the suspect. All just to fish out evidence. This was supposed to be a video to paint him horrible. And I know I sound a bit biased when I say this shit though. But honestly, this video proves nothing but a man's character. when he's being under attack. That's all it does. They're trying to bring this man down because of who he is. Don't forget, he's a professional kickboxer. Okay, so all he knows is how to be strong. Stays in the gym all day long. Hell, I just got out of a fucking workout. I feel good from my workouts this morning. I feel good. I was able to get up and actually do something today and feel comfortable doing it. But that's how they want you to feel. They want you to feel sluggish and fat all the fucking time. They want you to eat nasty fucking foods all the fucking time. They want you to be around women who can't fucking cook for nothing. Bitch, how you burn rice?
Already. It's only round one. We've only warmed up. Keep them on, bro. We've got 10 more rounds.
No fucking way.
Well, and from like a journalistic point of view, when you're in these kind of high pressure, high access scenarios, sometimes you do want to ingratiate yourself to the person who's offering you that access. And like, yeah, you guys are buddies now. He respects you, so to speak, because you got punched in the face.
Just like
exactly,
a fucking informant.
We were only able to get the level of access and do the level of interviews with him that we were able to do by gaining their respect by kind of going through the war room initiation. The war room is the secret society that he runs out of Romania, where you pay $5,000 to learn to be his version of a real man.
And like, did you get a sense of like, where does it come from? Like, how is he so charismatic? Why is he able to appeal to so many people? Like, what would you say his like secret sauce is?
I think that it's no secret that men have, since time immemorial, felt insecure about their own masculinity and have been jealous of other men who appear to be wealthier, appear to be more attractive to women, appear to be stronger and more able to fight. He basically exacerbates that dilemma and presents himself as this kind of almost caricature of stereotypical masculinity. So as a man, I can understand why, if you're feeling insecure, you might want his approval, especially as a young man, a young adolescent boy who's, you know, one of the main target audiences that he appeals to. Of course, it's important to remember that this is a man who's currently in jail under investigation for rape and human trafficking, and who, through our own reporting, we've spoken to women who say that he has either...
Here's where they really fucking lost me at. Okay? Here's where they really fucking lost me at. Because supposedly, they had somebody, but you never hear this motherfucker talk. I got a screenshot of this shit too.
Allegations of sexual assault. You were able to obtain material that maybe corroborated that allegedly. So talk to me about what you found, because like, it's not only that people get sent to the hospital because they get, you know, hit so badly in his cult, so to speak, alleged cult, but that his actual personal actions themselves, both on a micro level, maybe on a macro level, allegedly, potentially, are extremely damaging.
Yeah, so we spoke to a number of women in our film and in our reporting around the film, mainly based in the UK. And I think what we focused on in our film was the fact that Andrew, despite his constant claims that no women have ever come forward with complaints about him, no women are ever complaining, he's never been accused of a crime in his life, this was something he would regularly say until his recent arrest. We spoke to 3 women who did go to the police in the UK with allegations of rape or physical assault between 2013 and 2015. And as you said, one of those sources had voice notes, text messages that appeared to be Andrew Tate corroborating that he had sexually assaulted her. I mean, for us, it was particularly harrowing to hear that Andrew Tate allegedly had been held in custody for crimes very similar for what he was later accused of in Romania, in the UK, you know, the country where we both live.
So we already came to that, right? We've already came to that conclusion on this situation. So what I'm about to show you guys is a couple fucking it's a text receipt that sounds so familiar. Like, I'm pretty sure that y'all can pause it. But what I did was I just snatched up a screenshot, and basically we're about to just dissect this whole fucking little screenshot. And I promise you, this shit is it's gonna sound really familiar when you get a chance to see it. 1 second. So this right here is the screenshot, the text message screenshot. All right, and it pretty much depicts what, you know, the Tates has been saying this whole goddamn time. And it goes like this. I don't think so. Well, you can say it then, not see me. Andrew, you're not stupid. Why would I talk to you if I didn't want to see you? So you agreed to my rape, control, and all I do to you. Good. If I consent, it's not rape. No, but it's still controlling and abusive. You're a smart guy. I don't know about y'all, bro. That shit sounds like role play to me. That don't sound like as if she's trying to get raped. That sounds like role playing. Me and my wife does this all the goddamn time. Okay? We do this role play thing all the time. You talk dirty. It sounds really, provocative. Because that's what adults do. This right here sounds like a normal conversation between two consenting adults. If I consent, it's not rape. Come on now, Vice. By your own admission of evidence, it proves that y'all have no fucking evidence. By your own admission.
And yet was never formally charged.
How did Andrew Tate respond to these allegations?
He, of course, denied these allegations via his lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take you there, that's classified. Don't go in there, that's classified. If you try and go in there, my security guard will put a gun in your face. Romantically involving yourself with a woman and then making money off of her in some sort of sex-adjacent industry.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring. It's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that
let me correct you because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
We asked him about that well before he was arrested, and most people don't realize that, months before he was arrested, recently, his compound was raided by the Romanian police as part of that investigation. So the signs were there that...
This was literally almost, 10 years ago? They got raided in 2013, 2014 or some shit like that. 10 years later. 10 years later. And still nothing. Still nothing. So y'all can bring up all these accusations, all of this bullshit, left and fucking right about the Tate brothers, but y'all still haven't found no evidence. The courts still ain't found no fucking evidence. No one has found evidence. We need proof of such things. We need proof. We need to know what the fuck went wrong. We need proof. Where is the crimes that are being committed? This is why nobody fucking trusts anybody else who sits there and say Andrew Tate's a piece of shit. I don't trust you, bro. If you sit there and say that Andrew Tate's a piece of shit, you can't give me a reason why or how he's a piece of shit. Oh, he talks to women crazy. I talk to women crazy, so I'm a piece of shit too. Let's be truthful now. I talk to a lot of people crazy. I talk to women like normal fucking human beings. While y'all out here pandering to bitches, I'm talking to women like regular motherfuckers. I'm just trying to talk to the bitch. That's it. But for some reason, they find me interesting. Why is that? I don't fucking know. But I know as long as I'm on my purpose, as long as I'm on my grit, as long as I'm on my grind, they gonna stick around. That's exactly what's going on. It ain't no pimp mentality, hoe mentality, or any of that bullshit. No, it's none of that shit. Is it the way that you walk and talk? It's a pimp mentality. But last I checked, pimps were the most smoothest motherfucking talkers on the face of this earth. Last I thought, everybody wanted to be a fucking pimp, a player, a gigolo. Not all men. No, all fucking men. Every man got that dream and aspiration of having as many women as possible. Every man. You know what's crazy? I've been saying this shit since like the 12th grade, and I ain't know nothing about fucking Andrew Tate. I'm 35 years old, and I've been saying this shit since the fucking 12th grade, and I knew nothing of Andrew Tate, bro. Nothing. They all taught me one thing. Stay away from fakes. Stay the fuck away from fakes. Fake motherfuckers will lead you down a path of all bullshit. Vice is fake. And Tristen pointed that shit out. He knew what the fuck was going on. He saw it coming. He seen a snitch walking into his presence, and he's like, nah, I smell a rat. Yeah, I smell a rat. Why are y'all in my house? I smell a rat. Y'all are willing to fuck up my home based off of what you feel and still have no evidence. Based off of what people's feelings, they can literally get somebody smoked. They can literally get somebody killed based off of somebody's feelings. Think about that. A person doesn't even have to fucking touch you. Your house can get raided at any fucking time. You can die within the fucking raid. They have no evidence of why they even having the fucking raid. Based off of what? Feelings. We felt like. How many times have we heard this story before? Shit is stupid.
People about him, they'll see our video and they'll understand the full story. And like, you know, I think it's really, really important to do that because we need to start challenging him and his views in as loud a way as possible, because a majority of young men in at least the UK and the US will have seen his content.
Again, these are allegations that he denies. But I guess to me, my next question is, what has the reception been? Because a lot of this is out there already. As you delineate very clearly in the piece, like he has effectively an army of young influencers themselves who are cutting up his videos, putting them out on various social media platforms, and that it's part of a chain of commerce. Like everyone's kind of making money from it, him at the top of the pyramid, of course. What has the reaction been to some of these serious allegations from his army of followers?
I mean, there's been a very strong reaction from his followers, I would say, and it sort of ranges between sexual assault and death. That's been really telling for me.
I wonder if we could talk about what might be.
And, a lot of the pressures that men feel or put on themselves are that they need to be providers, they need to be strong and tough. Whereas in reality, what would probably help a lot of these young men more is to actually show some vulnerability and acceptance of not being in control and in power, because no one ever is.
So having a lifestyle of the rich and famous is toxic. But yet we can have the Cardi B's, the Lady Gagas, the Megan Thee Stallions of the world. Murder music is okay. Pimp movies is okay. LGBTQ kid movies is okay. Stripper TV shows is okay. Drug dealing TV shows is okay. Reckless lifestyles of the struggling is okay. Reckless lifestyle, like we've seen that TV show, Shameless. Reckless is a motherfucker. Toxic is a motherfucker. But ain't nobody's boycotting that shit. But helping men open their eyes to female nature, giving men a sense of purpose, challenging men, helping men with their emotions and financially being stable, to make the demands that we want, not living like female metrics, but by our own merits. Have our own preferences, being brave, goal-driven, competitive, doing more for our communities. Oh, by the way, what has Vice done for their community? I just want to know, how much has Vice given back? Besides them giving back more bullshit. See, the issues is leftists in their agenda. It's not going to work. Give it up. We're going to the gym. We're going to remain competitive. We're going to protect our women. We're going to make sure our women respect us. We're not accepting fat. We're not doing that fat acceptance bullshit. We are focused on focus culture, hard work culture, self-driven culture, humble, respect culture. No weak-minded men culture. We're not going for the weakness no more. That participation trophy bullshit. We're not going for it anymore. And look how they're destroying masculinity just by one man. This dude was offered $1 billion. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to Elon Musk. I'm gonna go back to Elon Musk and hear what the hell he said. $1 billion, and he turned it down. He was offered $1 billion and he turned it down. And guess what? Now he's in jail.
Why I bought Twitter. We need to escape the suppression from the Matrix and expose the global elites. Andrew Tate has been offered $1 billion to shut his mouth, but since he declined, they threw him in jail. People ask me why I unblocked Andrew Tate from Twitter. It's the same reason why I bought Twitter. We need to escape the suppression from the Matrix and expose the global elites. Andrew Tate has been offered $1 billion to shut his mouth, but since he declined, they threw him in jail.
$1 billion to shut his mouth. And guess what? He said no. So now he in jail. Let's go ahead and get this conversation started in the motherfucking comments, man. Let's go ahead and get this conversation started, man. Especially with no evidence having answers. We know what evidence looks like. We watched too much of the first 48 hours and all that extra bullshit. We know what the fuck is going on. You can't just sit here and come up with a bunch of mumbo jumbo and think motherfuckers gonna believe this shit. Fuck no. No. Not while I'm here. Just think, this man is fucking wealthy as a motherfucker. Imagine you. This dude is going through hell and high water. They took all of his shit. They seizing his niggas' cars, his money, all types of shit. Taking it all. Imagine what they would do to a regular degular. Imagine what they would do to a regular person. So let's go ahead and get the conversation started downstairs in the comments. I said downstairs in the comments. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started down in them comments. Are they right? Are they wrong? Let's see how y'all feel. Get back with me. I'm going to leave a description down below on where you can find the rest of this video. Things like that. You know, I want you guys to fuck with me, man. This is me going hard for the YouTube algorithm. Fuck with your boy. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next video. Yeah.